Welcome back everyone. We're now in paragraph 8.6 already, powers of powers. And we're going to take a look at how we can simplify exercises from 71. I'm going to take a look at A, B, C, and I think the most difficult one, E. And I will put brackets here so you know not to include those in your calculation. Okay, 71A, 3A squared times minus 2A to the third power. The rule that we've learned, and the book says this like this: with a power of a product, each factor is raised to the power. Okay, what does that exactly mean? Well, it means that, for example, if I have AB squared, then A is squared and B is squared, right? Both of those things are squared and they still are multiplied by each other. So here, 3A squared, I squared both the 3 and the A. What is 3 squared? 9, correct. And A squared is just A squared. Like one term, this is one thing. You don't put a plus or a minus here. Here is a multiplication dot. And then minus 2 to the third power. That means minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. That's minus 8, right? And you see, again, I'm first evaluating the numbers in front, and then I'm evaluating any letters that come after that. 8 to the third is right here. Am I done? No, because there is a multiplication here. You can always simplify a multiplication. How did it work? You multiply the numbers. 9 times minus 8 is minus 72. And then you multiply the letters. They have the same base. So I get A squared, and to the third I do 2 plus 3 gives me 5. Okay, so you're also going to use the rules from paragraph 8.5 quite a lot in this chapter. They build upon each other. They're all small building blocks, and if there are a few building blocks near the bottom that are not here, it's very difficult to go and build any higher. So be sure that you understand 8.5 quite well. I think B is easier than A, because the first thing is just B to the third, so we can just copy that, B to the third, times 3B to the third means 3 to the third power. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And then B to the third power. This is a multiplication, so again I can simplify. First put the numbers in front, 27, and then do B to the 6th or to the 9? To the 6th, right? You add the exponents. 3 plus 3 is 6. At C, first try to do it by yourself. How I'm going to start, what am I going to write down? Give you a couple of seconds to do this, or you can just pause the video, of course. Okay, what we're going to do is minus 4 to the third power. It means minus 4 times minus 4 times minus 4, right? Like this. That's going to be minus 64. B to the third power, remember, this thing is also the third power, times minus B to the fifth power. That's minus B times minus B times minus B times minus B times minus B. That turns out to be negative again. And to the fifth power. Multiplication, so you can simplify. Minus 64 times minus 1, you could say, so it becomes positive. B to the third times B to the fifth becomes B to the 8th. 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay? Now for the last one, I think the most difficult one. 3xy to the fourth power times xy squared. Do it in steps. First, take a look at the 3. What's 3 to the fourth power? That might be one that you don't know mentally. Right, I think you have already practiced with 3 to the third power a bit. That's 27. Then you have to do 27 times 3 again. That will give you 81. The more you do those questions, the more those numbers just sit right there mentally in the top of your head and you can use them. But it takes some practice or some good arithmetic skills. Either way. Then we have x to the 4th, and now don't forget y to the 4th as well. X to the 4th, y to the 4th. Everything inside of brackets is going to be to the power of 4. Times x, y squared. Multiplication, so I can simplify. Put the numbers in front first. X to the 4th times x. Remember, as if there was a 1 here, right? So x to the 4th times x to the 1st power, you could say, is x to the 5th power. And y to the 6th power. Evaluate those two separately, right? So x to the 4th times x is x to the 5th. Y to the 4th times y squared is y to the 6th. And this is your final answer. Practice makes perfect. As I said quite a few times during this chapter, you have to get used to how this works. In the beginning, I think it's easy to sometimes confuse some rules. Don't worry, I'm glad that you make mistakes right now, but check yourself regularly, and if you made a mistake, try to find what mistake you made. If you, in this case, check yourself like that, I think the more you do this, the less mistakes you will make on the test, and that's what we're doing it for, right? Well, not only that, also for our skills for upcoming future classes. Good luck.